Teenage Mutant Ninja
Hey guys, welcome to Reaper's Reviews, and you're probably wondering why am I wearing this troll mask? And maybe not. So basically, I went to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, and basically if you're an AMC Stubs member, you get this mask free. That's right, free. So basically when I went, check it out, when I went to go see the movie, I went and I got the Michelangelo one, as you can see. Now, when you go and get these, sometimes they won't tell you when you go get it. You have to show your subs card to get this little bandana. They had all four of them, but basically when I went, all the red ones were already gone. All Raphaels were gone, and you only had Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. And I wanted Michelangelo, and so my friends went. They got the other ones, and Leonardo was the next one to sell out. Then Donatello. It was kind of cool. I went in there, got my tickets ahead of time, and then I went there and got my bandana. And I knew Raphael was going to be the first one to go. That was a no-brainer, obviously. So we went to see the movie. We saw it in 3D, not IMAX. This was not Dolby. So I mean the Dolby Atmos, the one above with the speakers above. This was regular ETX. It's pretty good sound quality, nice seats, and pretty good projection. The movie was okay. It wasn't that bad. Wasn't great. Wasn't good. It was just okay. There was a lot of key scenes that were basically in there from the cartoon where they had the turtles jumping from above coming down. Then they had another scene that was kind of like the original movie where they had Splinter fighting Shredder. They had other scenes, the key scenes that were kind of like the turtles fighting Shredder on the rooftops. They had that scene again. There was a lot. Those scenes were all pretty much mimicked in there and stuff like that. But all in all, the movie was decent. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that great. I just expected more. Maybe it's just because I grew up. I liked the puppet and the animatronics of the guys in the suits, and then when CGI just didn't do it for me. I think the CGI could have been better at that. And other things that bothered me about the movie was the fact that the turtles were kind of like bulletproof. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean bulletproof? Well, basically, Raphael was getting shot at. The bullets were hitting his shell, and then they bounced right. They basically hit his shell, then they bounced right off of him back at them. I'm like, turtles aren't bulletproof. That's kind of bullshit. And two, they were super strong, basically living containers that, how you see the big rig trucks with those big old containers in the back of the truck, lifting those up and throwing it. They didn't show them, but it's being lifted off the ground. So I don't know. I don't know. It just felt a little too much that they were doing. The fight sequences were pretty cool. I like the fight sequences. So going back to the shell, they had Shredder fighting Raphael, and Shredder was stomping on him with his foot and crushing him. And also you could hear the shell kind of crack a little bit. If that could crack your shell, why can't a bullet? Right? So right there, and he even told Donatello that his shell's cracked. Instead of repair, just put some duct tape over it, and we'll move on. We'll continue our battle. That movie was had some stuff like that. It was kind of like iffy and kind of like goofy. Things I did not like was the fact that Donatello wore glasses. I'm like, yes, he's a nerd. You don't emphasize his nerdiness by adding glasses to it. That's old school stuff. You don't do that anymore. You don't need to do all that. In the comics and in the cartoons, he didn't wear glasses. He was a nerd by the way he talked and what he did, not by what he looked like. We got to get past the nerd look with the glasses, because that's bullshit. And I thought that was just garbage. The one change that they did was Donatello's bow staff. And since he is, deals with a lot of mechanical stuff, I didn't mind the change. His bow staff was kind of like Goku's power pole. He just pushed a little button and his bow staff extended and stuff like that. That I didn't mind as much. Maybe he's for him, if you want to upgrade his bow staff, and that one I could understand. Okay, fine. You know what? You want to upgrade your weapon and give it your own little personal touch. That I was okay with. But adding the glasses to it was complete and utter crap. That I did not agree with. Michelangelo and them, and then had their own personalities, and each personality was pretty awesome. And I liked what they did with them. I didn't like the fact that each one of them was a different height, because I know they were pretty much almost the same height in the comics and the cartoons, and each one had like their own personality. And Raphael's personality was more like basically it was stereotypical, just like he did with just like Michael Bay's Transformers 2 with the two twins. He had the exact same kind of personality. And I'm like, come on, man, we just gotta get over it. Instead of having bandana, he had like a do-rag going from his eyes all the way over his head. So I was like, that was unnecessary. This is ridiculous. You know, those kind of stereotypes should be left alone and not be put into a movie like this at all. And besides those kind of things, the movie was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. And Megan Fox wasn't that bad as April O'Neil. They probably could have got somebody better, but whatever. They kept her iconic, yellow jacket, and they changed Vernon from not Vern, her boss from a guy to a woman. Whatever, that's fine. There's some key elements that they kept the same, but they did change the fact of the origin story a bit. And now it's April O'Neil knew them as when she was a kid. They were basically her father's subjects in experiments that he was working on. So now they have a whole different backstory instead of them being dropped into a sewer and a container falling down. That was totally changed. They were basically science experiments, and the mutant gene was basically injected to them and changed them immensely. And didn't like that. That I guess that was okay. I guess whatever. It did bug me with that part. Another thing that was totally different was the fact that Splinter now is since it's all CGI, he fights more. He uses his tail as another part of him in fighting. I didn't like the fact that he had the old school Fu Manchu and was like stuff like that was like this. I guess I was like, man, that's racist. That's so stereotypical. I was like, for real? I was like, do we really need to go there with stuff like that? The cartoon didn't have that. The original movie didn't have that. Wow, stuff like that was just ridiculous. They did have another scene that was kind of similar with it. Was the turtle. Oh my god, the pizza landing on Splinter's head. They kept that scene in there, and of course they changed a few other things of that era. And there's not a lot of '80s references in it because it's no longer the '80s and stuff like that. But what can you do? They have to change it to make it more believable since we're no longer in the '80s. But overall, the movie was a decent movie. I do have spoiler alerts, so. Here we go with spoiler alerts. Alright, so basically the end fight sequence between the Shredder and the Turtles. They are fighting on the rooftops just like the previous movie they did in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. And it's pretty much the exact same thing, minus Splinter. The big difference is that he falls all the way down off the top of the building down to the ground, and the difference with this is that he has a Turtles 2 kind of ending, where it's Turtles 1 ending mixed with Turtles 2. He has a little bit of ooze on his finger and he closes his hand. Are we going to get Super Shredder? Don't know. We'll see. And, yeah. Also, another thing. The Shredder in his suit. They did not need to upgrade his suit into like this Iron Man-ish kind of suit where he throws his blades and all of a sudden they're coming back at him through magnetic recall or whatever kind of way that he had to recall. His suit was fine. The Shredder was a badass without all the extra stuff. You don't need to add all that extra stuff to make him a badass. The Shredder was a badass all on his own without all those extra gimmicks to add on to him. It was just ridiculous and uncalled for and was just stupid to begin with. That was my opinion, and the movie was just okay. It definitely had a fun factor. I know the kids, enjoyed it. When I was in the theater, there was a lot of kids who really loved the movie. They're just, oh my god, they're so happy because it's a Turtles movie. Come on. They watch the cartoons and stuff like that, so, we'll see how they do, and see if there's a sequel going to be coming out for that one. Till then, guys, I'll be seeing you guys around for more movie reviews, and, more gaming stuff and more gaming footage, and, alright, talk to you guys later. Leave a like and a comment below. Bye.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip.
Ninja Turtles.